Okay, guys, so this is going to be part two of the team test that you guys did. So, some feedback that I got from the Mountain Lions was to find a way to make these videos a little bit more exciting. So, what we're going to do is for this part of the video, we're doing this with the Jaguars. So, you guys will actually get to hear some fellow students' opinions on how this team test went. And then what we will do is we're going to look at another strategy of writing an equation that was brought up in the Mountain Lions. So the first question that we're going to ask the Jaguars here is what are some important things to know about this pattern? So who would like to share? Okay, so let's hear from Ciara first. Take it away.
From looking at the stages of the Aussie fir tree, it's quadratic, but it has a second difference. So as the stage number grows, you'll see that.
Okay, who else would like to share something that they noticed or something that they think is important about this? Okay, Tanaja, share what you saw.
That each time the figure grows, it gets another row with it. Like it adds another row onto it.
Okay, that's a good observation about the picture. Does anybody else want to share something that they noticed about this or something important? Okay, so then let's kind of jump forward back to the table of what we had before. So here's our table, right? So does anybody remember what the equation was for this that we wrote earlier? Jolisa, do you want to come tell us about it?
It was f of x, but if it was a, it would be a of x squared plus x squared plus x.
Okay, so let's actually write that. So this was our old equation. So we discovered that we are going to square the x and then add that same number, okay? So this isn't the only equation, and this isn't the only way to write the equation. So right now we're going to learn another way to do this. So let's just look at this a different way and let's look at some different observations. So my first question for you guys about this is what's two numbers that you could multiply together to get 2? Let's hear from Muhammad, man. Tell us about it.
1 times
You gotta come closer.
2. 1 times 2.
Okay, so that would look like this. 1 times 2 would give us 2. Now, the second one is going to be what are two numbers that we can multiply together to get 6? You gotta come a little bit closer.
3 times 2.
Okay, thank you, Nicole. I'm going to write that like this. 2 times 3, okay? Let's continue down the line. What are two numbers that you guys can multiply together to get 12? Alright, let's hear it. Come on.
3 times 4.
Okay, what do you think the calculation will be for the next one? What do you guys think?
4 times 5. 4 times 5.
So at this point, the question is a little bit different. What is the pattern that you guys are starting to notice here? Can somebody explain what is the pattern that you're noticing in the calculation?
It's going 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it's going 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going down in a pattern in order.
So then let's make a jump. Tanaja, what do you think the calculation would be for figure 10?
10 times 11.
Okay, so how did you know that?
Because it's going down in order from 1, 2, 3, and then over here is always one ahead of the other one.
Okay, so now using that, what you just said, what do you guys think it would be for x? Let's start with the first one. So over here, when it was 1, it was 1. When it was 2, it was 2. When it was 3, it was 3. When it was 4, it was 4. What do you think it would be for x for the first number?
X.
Okay, so we also notice that there's multiplication happening here. So let us now look at the next number. So the second number, if you guys look at it, you could see that when it's 1, the second number is 2. When it's 2, the second number is 3. When it's 3, the second number is 4. When it's 4, the second number is 5. So what's the relationship between the stage number and the second number? What's the relationship?
plus 1.
So then what do you guys think we would do to represent the second number with x? What would you write?
X plus 1.
And this is another way to write the equation of what we had before. Now something kind of interesting to see about this equation is this. So if we call this thing a of x, and then x times x plus 1, right? Now this is actually the same equation. Now at this point we haven't really talked about the distributive property, but if you guys review that idea back from middle school, and we apply that, well, it would be x times x and x times 1. Do you guys know what you would get if you did x times x? You kind of need some knowledge of exponents here. You guys know what x times x is?
X squared.
Okay, thank you to Naja. So we'd have x squared. And then on the other side, we're multiplying an x by 1. So if we do that, we're just going to get x. Okay? So we would end up with this equation of x squared and x. Okay? So that's really it, you guys. If you have any questions about this second equation, please leave a comment or send me an email. But that's just another way to write an equation for this. Okay? And that's it. Have a good day. Thank you, Jaguars, for your participation. And, yep.
Bye.
All right. You guys want to say bye?